On December 28th, protests ignited across Iran, rapidly expanding throughout the nation as individuals expressed their mounting frustration with the struggling economy of the Islamic Republic and the plummeting value of its currency. As the frequency of these protests has increased, the government has attempted to suppress them, resulting in the deaths of numerous individuals and the arrest of thousands. Initially, demonstrators concentrated on critical concerns such as soaring prices for essential food items and the alarming annual inflation rate. However, they have since escalated their grievances to include chants against the government itself. At the same time, tensions are escalating between Iran and Israel. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi emphasized that the nation does not seek conflict with either Israel or the United States. However, he made it clear that Iran stands prepared to retaliate if it faces further aggression. Just days ago, the Iranian Revolutionary Guards Corps initiated a multi-city military drill featuring missile launches and the evaluation of air defense systems. Now, Iranian media claims Russia has delivered the Iskander short-range ballistic missile system, capable of carrying both conventional and nuclear warheads, to Tehran. Here's all you need to know. Should the delivery of the Iskander missile system produced in Russia be confirmed, it would mark one of the most significant developments in missile technology in the Middle East since the United Nations restrictions on Iran's missile program expired in 2023. This event could have significant repercussions for the stability of regional deterrence, the dynamics of escalation, and the effectiveness of current missile defense systems. The Iskander-M tactical missile system effectively destroys high-value pinpoint and area targets in the tactical depth of enemy troops. The Iskander fares well when the enemy actively uses traditional and precision-guided weapons, missile defense, and air defense systems. Equipped with two solid propellant, single-stage guided missiles, the Iskander is capable of detecting targets by its satellite, aircraft, and conventional intelligence. The Iskander has a range of approximately 400–500 kilometers and can carry conventional and nuclear warheads up to 700 kilograms. Once deployed, the missiles can be launched within 16 minutes from a mobile launcher. Furthermore, a second missile can follow in less than a minute, following the successful launch of the previous one. In a recent session of the Knesset, Netanyahu stated that Israel had sent a warning to Iran, declaring that any attack on Israel would result in severe consequences. Tel Aviv remains wary of the possibility of an Iranian miscalculation that could prompt Tehran to launch a strike against Israel, fearing it might be the target of an impending attack. Recently, the Israeli leaders and officials have engaged in talks concerning a range of security matters, notably the situation involving Iran. Grasping the extent of the protests in Iran has proven to be challenging. The Iranian state media has been tight-lipped regarding details about the demonstrations. Footage shared online delivers only fleeting, unstable views of individuals in the streets, accompanied by the distant echoes of gunfire. Moreover, journalists operating in Iran encounter various restrictions on their reporting, including the necessity to obtain travel permits within the country and the looming risks of harassment or potential arrest by the authorities. The downfall of the rial has triggered an escalating economic crisis in Iran. Costs for essential foods such as meat, rice, and other staples commonly found on Iranian tables have surged. The country is grappling with an inflation rate hovering around 40% annually. In December, Iran implemented a new pricing structure for its subsidized gasoline, resulting in hikes for some of the cheapest fuel globally, which places additional strain on the populace. Tehran may pursue even higher price adjustments in the coming months, as the government has decided to reassess prices every 3 months. The initial wave of protests started among merchants in Tehran before expanding further afield. At first, the focus was primarily on economic grievances. However, it wasn't long before demonstrators began voicing anti-government slogans as well. Resentment has been building for years, especially following the tragic death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini while in police custody in 2022, an event that sparked widespread protests across the country.